children, welcome to online classes English for class 8. This is the 4th session for this week. What was I teaching you? What did I teach you yesterday? Yes, Bipin Chaudhary Lapse of Memory. Do you remember? I have completed the first part. That is part 1. So, today we are going to do part 2. See here, he is Bipin Babu and this man is his driver. Can you see that? They are traveling, they are going in a car. So, shall we begin? Okay. Bipin Babu's car was safely parked in Bedroom Street by the Lighthouse Cinema. So, where was his car parked? It was parked in Bertram Street. Bertram Street is the name of a street and it was parked near Lighthouse Cinema. That is the name of that cinema or theatre as you call it. He told the driver as he got into the car, just drive by the Ganga. Will you, Sitaram? I showed you his picture. Sitaram the driver driving his car. So what did Bipin Babu tell his driver? To go to drive by the Ganga. Ganga is the name of a river, holy river Ganga. Driving up the Strand Road, again this is the name of a road. Bipin Babu regretted having paid so much attention to the intruder. Who was that intruder? That stranger whom he met. Of course, not a stranger, he knew him. He had never been to Ranchi. See, he keeps repeating the same thing. Who? Bipin Babu. No, I have never been to Ranchi. I have never been to Ranchi. Here also, he repeats the same thing. No question about it. It was inconceivable that he should forget such an incident which took place only 6 or 7 years ago. No, one can't even think or imagine that Bipin Babu could forget something which happened 6 or 7 years ago. Not a very old incident. He had an excellent memory. Unless Bipin Babu's head reeled. In Hindi you say chakkarana. That is called head is reeling or head reeled. Was he losing his mind? Was he going mad? But how could that be? No, that was not possible at all. He was working daily in his office. No, had he gone mad or something was very wrong with him, how could he do his work in his office? He was doing his office work daily, going to office daily, every day. It was a big firm and he was doing a responsible job. He wasn't aware of anything ever going seriously wrong. So never did he feel that something was going very wrong. He never felt that. Only today he spoke for half an hour at an important meeting. And yet the man knew a great deal about him. Still that thing is going on in his mind. He is thinking, who? Bipin Babu? How could that man recognize me? How does he know my name? Those things are reeling in his mind. Whose mind? Bipin Babu's mind. How? He even seemed to know some intimate details. Still wondering. Bipin Babu still wondering, still thinking. How does that man know so much about me? My personal life. Is it possible for someone to know about personal life until and unless that person knows me? No, not possible. The bag of books, wife's death, brother's insanity. Brother had gone mad, you remember, it is admitted in hospital also. The only mistake was about his having gone to Ranchi. Not a mistake, a deliberate lie. He feels it is a lie. In 58, during the pujas means Durga Puja, very famous in Bengal. He was in Kanpur at his friend Haridas Bagchi's place. So he says in the year 1958, I didn't go there. I was in my friend Haridas's house, that too in Kanpur. Then how does he say that I was in Ranchi? No, not possible. All Bipin Babu had to do was write to no. There was no way of writing to Haridas. He thinks I should write to Haridas. Then he changes his mind. He says, no, I should not write to Haridas. Bipin Babu suddenly remembered that Haridas had left with his wife for Japan some weeks ago. Suddenly he remembers that no, Haridas is not in the country. He has left for Japan. And he didn't have his address. And he did not have his address. But where was the need for proof? Is evidence required? Proof required. He himself was fully aware that he hadn't been to Ranchi. So he was very sure of himself. What? That he did not go to Ranchi at all. And that was that. So that was that. That's it. I did not go to Ranchi. That was whose feeling? Whose feeling? Yes, Bipin Babu's feeling. The river breeze was bracing, cool breeze was blowing, and yet a slight discomfort lingered in Bipin Babu's mind. He was enjoying the cool breeze by the riverside, Ganga river, but still he's uncomfortable somewhere in his mind thinking about that particular incident. Around Hastings, Bipin Babu decided to roll up his trousers. So he decided to roll up his trousers and take a look at his right knee. He decided to pull it up, roll it up, pull it up. What is trousers? So that he can have a look at his right knee. There was a mark of an old inch long cut. So 1 inch long cut. There was a mark there on his right knee. It was impossible to tell when the injury had occurred. He was not able to recollect when did that happen. But there was a mark for sure. Had he never had a fall as a boy and cut his knee? He's thinking all these things. Did he have a fall when he was a small boy? Is it because of that? He tried to recall such an incident. He tried his best to recall all that. But couldn't. But he was not able to recall anything. He failed at it. Then Bipin Babu suddenly thought of Dinesh Mukherjee. The man had said that Dinesh was in Ranchi at the same time. The best thing surely would be to ask him. So he decided to ask Dinesh Mukherjee, since that man told Bipin Babu that at that time when he was in Ranchi, that is Bipin Babu, Dinesh Mukherjee was also there with him. So he decided to ask who? Dinesh Mukherjee. The best thing surely would be to ask him. He lived quite near in Bedi Nandan Street. So there's a name of a street, he lived nearby. What about going right now? So he decided to go immediately to Dinesh Mukherjee's house. So you look at Bipin Babu, he's busy thinking, engrossed in all sorts of thoughts. But then, if he had really never been to Ranchi, what would Dinesh think if Bipin Babu asked for a confirmation? See, all these things were going on in his mind, Bipin Babu's mind. Suppose I go and ask him, and if I have not been to Ranchi, what will he think? He will think that I am mad. So all these thoughts were going on in whose mind? Yes, Bipin Babu's mind. He would probably conclude Bipin Babu was going nuts, going mad. Not it would no, it would be ridiculous to ask him, and he knew how ruthless Dinesh's sarcasm could be. And and he would be very sarcastic towards him. He would speak in a rude way. Sipping a cold drink in his air-conditioned living room, Bipin Babu felt at ease again. He is very much at ease with himself. Such a nuisance, just because they have nothing else to do. They go about getting into other people's hair. Other people's hair? That is, they don't mind their own business. They try to ask others, poke their nose into others' matters. After dinner, snuggling in bed with one of the new thrillers, remember he had purchased that? Bipin Babu forgot all about the man in Newmarket. He forgot. He was busy reading thriller. Next day in the office, Bipin Babu noticed that with every passing hour, the previous day's encounter was occupying more and more of his mind. The more he would try to forget that incident, the more it would bother him. It was troubling him, making him mentally upset with that. If the man knew so much about Bipin Babu, how could he make such a mistake about the Ranchi trip? See, he knows everything about him. Then how could he make a mistake about that trip to Ranchi? No, not possible. Just before lunch, Bipin Babu decided to ring up Dinesh Mukherjee. It was better to settle the question over the phone. So, Bipin Babu decided to ring up Dinesh Mukherjee to confirm whether it was very true, whatever the man said or whatever the man told Bipin Babu. He decided to confirm the matter. It was better to settle the question. So, Bipin Babu dialed a number. Whose number? Dinesh Mukherjee's number. He said, "Hello, is that Dinesh? This is Bipin here. Well, what's the news? I just wanted to find out if you recall an incident which took place in 1958. 58? What? What incident? Were you in Calcutta right through? Now it is Kolkata, earlier it was Calcutta. Were you in Calcutta right through that year? That's the first thing I have got to know." That was his first question. What was the question? Whether Dinesh Mukherjee was in Calcutta in the year 1958. Wait just a minute. 58? Just let me check my diary. So, Dinesh Mukherjee checks his diary whether he was there in 1958. For a minute, there was a silence. Bipin Babu could feel that his heartbeat had gone up. Suppose he says yes, then what's going to happen? He was sweating a little. "Hello, yes, I've got it. I've been out twice. Where? Once in February, nearby to Krishnanagar to a nephew's wedding." So Dinesh Mukherjee says, "Yes, I had been in the year 1958, and then, but you know about this one, the trip to Ranchi. You were there too. So see that." Dinesh Mukherjee says, "Yes, I was there, and I was there with you, very much with you. Where? I was in Ranchi with you." That's all. But what's all this sleuthing about? "No, I just wanted to. Anyway, thanks." So, why do you think he doesn't want to talk further, Bipin Babu? Because he's so much disturbed. That is the reason. Bipin Babu slammed the receiver down and gripped his head with his hands. Like, just put the receiver down and gripped his head like this. This is called gripping his head. And gripped his head with his hands. He felt his head swimming. Something was happening. Head started reeling. A chill seemed to spread over his body. There were sandwiches in his tiffin box, but he didn't eat them. His hunger had all subsided after the conversation with whom? With Dinesh Mukherjee. Because whatever that man told Bipin Babu all happened to be true. He felt his head swimming, yes, really. Now, appetite. Tiffin box was full of sandwiches, but no appetite. Why? Because he was not able to recall. Bipin Babu was not able to recall what? That he had been to Ranchi in the year 1958, and then when he went to the Hudru Falls, he had a fall and he injured his right knee. Therefore, that mark was there on his right knee. But he was not able to recall at all. He was wondering, why is it so? Why am I not able to recall all these things that have happened to me? Has something really gone wrong? So he's very much upset with himself since he was not able to recall anything at all. So children, part 2 is over. What are you supposed to do? Yes, read part 2 times, underline all the difficult words and phrases, write down the meanings in your notebook, and then what should you do? Once again you have to read part 1 because you might have forgotten. So part 1 and part 2 you have to read. That is your assignment, and of course write down the difficult words and the meanings of those difficult words. That's all for today. Thank you. And